Hey guys, here's Knight here, coming out with you with deck profile today on Noble Knights. I've finally gotten a pretty good build out of it. It's taken some time. It took about 2 months to get this thing together, and I have to say it was worth building. It's actually very competitive. I mean, you might be thinking it's pretty bad because they don't have what they need. Shadow Specters is coming out with 5 new cards. Those being a Synchro, XYZ, Lady of the Lake, new arms, and new Knight. So we have a lot to offer in the deck, and this can be the turning point of the meta. So actually, I dueled dragons today, and this thing really stood up to it. It really had it going, but dragons being as sacky as they are, they can turn around the game in a second. But it had them going, so let's get started with this. Alright, so the main deck, Laundsallyn, run triple Medraut. Medraut's a key essential to the deck. You want to really start with him first turn with Destiny or Gallatin. That's what makes the deck good. 3 Gawayn. He makes the deck push, which is very good. And also he's a 19 beat stick, so you can hit some things pretty hard. 2 Drystan. Tristan. You summon, you equip that equip from Medraut, and you just pop a card in the field and you overlay. I mean, it's as simple as that. Or you can just sit there because they have to kill this first before they can even touch Medraut, which is awesome. 2 Gwalchavad. Gwalchavad, he brings back your cards from grave, so you get a Noble Knight back and you just equip it back or something else. Preferably, if you just go for Gawayn, you don't equip it back and you just special Gawayn because he's vanilla, and you go up from there. Play 2 Arthur. Arthur is great and all, but I can't play Rabbit. Rabbit's just not good. He's slow in my opinion. And if you do Valor, if they do Valor, that already sucks, but if you go Rabbit, honestly, it's not worth it because you summon Medraut, and once your Black Knight of Laundsallyn, which I'm about to go to, is in your grave, he can float by by tributing the vanillas to special summon. So use Medraut to special summon, return from the grave, so special, and then you can either attack with it for 2,000 or you can tribute it off to get another Noble Arms, which is great. Play 1 Thunder King. Puts in work, really does. 1 BLS. You only play 1 Dark, but you get him in grave relatively fast, and if you have him in hand with Medraut and equip, you really do have game. It's a really hard deck to get by if they open like that. 1 Honest. Double Valor. Double Maxx. The build needed the draw power, and honestly, I do open pretty nicely with this deck. There was only like 1 time today where I opened badly, but that was just coincidental. I don't know. For spells, run 2 Caliburn. Caliburn, you gain 500 life points, and your monster gains 500 attack. So you can potentially you can gain 1,000 each turn if you pop it and then re-equip it, which is great. Play 2 Destiny. I might bump it up to 3. It really put in a lot of work. This card really did win me games because I can bump, I can ram into things, I can kamikaze, and my guys are still there, or they can dark hole and I'm still alive. 2 Gallatin. This card is very good. You bump your rep by 1,000 during your standby phases, you lose 2,000. So if you pop this and reset it, I just said it. It resets if you pop it and re-equip. So your rank usually stands at 2,000 plus usually. And 2 Afreudutyr, because you can pop set cards on the field, whether it be monster or spell or trap. Oh, and keep in mind, you can equip these to any warrior. So exceed monsters, anything. You can equip it, which is the best. Play double Lance, because it's a good card. You want your Medraut play to get off. And Daring Damage Step, it's wonderful. And then Chalice. Chalice is actually, putting in work today. It helps with the OTK, because if your guy's equipped, Medraut, and you have OTK in hand, it's good to Chalice your Medraut so he's level 4 again, and then overlay, because, sometimes it can be annoying that he's level 5, but, or you can just Chalice during damage step or their monster, which has worked. Play 1 MST. MST put in work, especially when you have Drystan on field, 1 equip in your spell trap card zone, preferably set so they don't know what it is, and MST set. So you MST your equip on their turn, and when you feel it's right, you activate MST, you pop it, and then you equip it back to Drystan, and it's a mandatory effect to pop a card in the field that's face up. So you just pop whatever's a problem for you, which is a very flexible play, and I got it off plenty times today, and it really won me games. One Rhoda, obviously. One Warrior turning live. I feel like this card needs to be in the deck. It really helps late game, and also helps when you're going into Gawayn, and then recycle for another Gawayn, and go off. And then Dark Hole. That's spells. And then traps. Play one Copy Knight. Copy Knight is a very strong card in the deck. I preferably just play one. I don't recommend bumping it up to 2. It's a great card and all, but it is slow. Keep that in mind. It is a trap. Traps are slow, and that's one thing you have to remember. He special summons himself. He's a vanilla. Gains the same name, so you can go into King. You can special Gawayn off him. You can equip Noble Arms to him, and you can also tribute for Black Knight of Laundsallyn. So it's a great card. 2 Mirror Force, obviously, because trap lineups, derpy derp. Torrential, Bottomless, and Warning. No explanation needed. And for the extra deck, let's get to that. So we play 2 King Arthur. King Arthur is a very strong card. He, you can potentially pop back row 3 to 4, depending on how many you control. So you can pop 3 back row, you can pop 4 back row, you can pop 2 or 1, depending on what Noble Arms you have. He's great. He really, since Heavy's gone, this card really puts in work. Excalibur, obviously, because Excalibur is Excalibur, and it helps with the OTK with Blade Armor. 1 Polydynamo, 1 M7, and I also play, personally, I like to play M7. Because there have been times where I want to go for M, so I just overlay and then, attack, and if it's still alive and it's next turn, I can always, get a card back, which is awesome. 1 Emerald for helping with that recycle. 1 Abyss, Dweller, screws Mermails. 1 Cowboy. 1 Maestroke. 1 number 102, Star Seraph Sentry. This card is basically what helped me get as far as I did in the Dragon match. It was late game, and I had the play to go into this, and I summoned a BLS in this, and then I kind of went off. This card's very good, because, if opponents try to go for game, you can, detach all of it, and, its effects, you take half the battle damage you would, and he's not going to be destroyed. It's a great card. It is very great. It's overlooked, but in this deck, you can get out pretty fast, so I like it. It really helps, and it's a powerful card. 1 Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja. Usually I just go into him if I start out with Afreudutyr and, Medraut, because Afreudutyr, you're not going to get a real big attack beater out, so it's best just to go into him. 1 Volcasaurus, and then 1 Gaia Charger, obviously for the, going for game. For side decks, I'm not going to share my side deck, but I can give you guys some tips on what you would do. 2 cards I would definitely put in a side deck would be Smoke Grenade of the Thief, because when you destroy this equip, and with Medraut's effect special, you can look in your opponent's hand and pitch a card. So, dueling Blackwings, I usually side this in, which is great to get rid of the Klutz. And then, against Spellbooks, Mirror Match, or Heroes, or, even on Firefist, you can equip this to their monster if you have to, against 0 attack. It goes to 0, and during your standby phase, during your standby phases, inflict 500 to the owner of the monster. So I can activate on them, and then I can just sit there and wait and burn if I had to, or I can attack over it when I need to. And I could, and keep in mind, you can equip these to your own guys to get effects off and get pluses. So, it's a very solid deck, and it did very well today. So, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully the deck will get out there for what it is. I think it needs to be bigger. It needs to be recognized first. But I hope it does. So, until next time, here's Knight out. Thanks for watching.